industry and family. Explain the relationship between industry and family. Explain the husband-wife relationship. Explain influence of family on the industry. Describe the types of work-family relationship. Explain the problems in a dual career family. Bob Marley had perhaps prophesied the changing scenario of today's time when he sang the song "For the times they are a-changing." Indeed, times are changing and we human beings are trying to struggle to balance everything with the changing times. So now one might point out the important question of why do we have to change with the changing time? Cannot we still maintain the traditional approach to keeping the relationship which we share with loved ones? With the changing socio-economic life of human being, where every second a new baby is being born, a technology is being invented somewhere, people are shifting in and out for work, the concept of having a family is taken a rationalized approach. The wonders of education have brought about family planning programs where two members of the baby choose to think twice before bringing up a child in this world, considering the economic status of the family people. Hence, we can say that today's time is about rational approach to relationships, wherein nuclear families are arising, but it has a lot to do with the economical and social background of the individual. Therefore, we should try to interrelate two main factors of the industry and family in discussion. In today's topic, we shall discuss the concept of the industry and family. How do they complement each other and what roles do men and women play in society due to the changing industrial pattern? The influence of the industry on the family. Before we begin with discussion on the influence of the industry on the family, first we need to have a clear idea on what constitutes a family. Once we have gotten a better understanding of it, we can come to a conclusion of the influence that they share with each other. Family. Anthropologists have classified family into three broad categories: conjugal, a husband, his wife and children, also known as by the name of nuclear family; consanguineal, in which parents and children co-reside with other members of one parent's family, also known by the name of extended family. The concept of family differs from society to society and their traditional practices, but realistically speaking, an ideal family comprises of parents, children and grandparents, cousins, aunts. The concept of how life has to be lived with the members of the family is a personal one. One might choose to go for extended family relationship, which holds a more traditional approach to it, or the modern one where people are opting out for nuclear families. The key factor that remains is a family is the first social environment which a child is exposed to. He or she is nurtured under the care of the family, and a good family brings out the best out of a child. Interestingly, a lot of psychological disorders that are found in human are due to the environment in which they have lived and learnt. So we can therefore conclude that the family is the most vital part of an individual's life. Industry. The concept of the industry has developed from the society where economic transactions have taken place in terms of goods and services. The term industry defines to be a place where the occupational life of the individual is brought to existence. In today's time, where money holds as a common instrument for purchasing desired products and services, the industry's importance becomes substantially necessary because it is the center of earning money, the source of livelihood for millions of people across the country and in a society. The occurrence of the industry is due to the rapid advancement of technology, which has resulted in the requirement of workers to earn a livelihood by giving their output to the industry. After the clear definition of family and industry, we can now discuss the influence of industry upon the family. Since industry epitomizes to be the center of occupational opportunity for an individual, it can be said that it is the source of income for the family. It is due to the work that a man gets from the industry, he or she can satisfy the needs and wants of the family members. Industry provides employment due to which an individual earns money. Money earned is spent by the family members for the fulfillment of their basic needs: food, shelter, clothing, and then extending it to luxurious needs depending upon the financial position of the earning member of the family. Family can attain peaceful living only if the basic needs are satisfied. Otherwise, poverty and hunger can lead to death, which is an unfavorable situation in a family. The success of industry leads to the happiness and well-being of a family. Both of them are interdependent on each other for societal needs. Industry needs men from family to work on their labor, manpower, and running of mills, factories, ideas that are the pillars of an industry. Hence, these points make it clear as to the influence that industry and family have upon each other. Both of them exist as interdependent on each other. Roles played by husband and wife. Man and the woman who have entered into a sanctity of marriage are referred by husband and wife. Husband and wife work as a team in a family where their goals are common in nature to establish a happy family. Therefore, in a traditional society, husband plays the role of the sole earner of the family, while the wife takes care of the home and the family members. The work is distributed, which is depending on the capability of the individual. Because of the advancement in technology and rising education, the question of equality of roles is being raised by many feminist groups in the society. The modern approach to the role of husband and wife in a society begs to divide the role equally. The educated wife wants to participate in going out and earning a living for the family. She challenges the common norm and performs equally the role of a good housewife. The urban, modernistic approach to the role of husband and wife has challenged the existing stereotypes. Nowadays, a child is exposed to both earning parents at home and equally devoted homemakers. The question here lies in how beautifully one can manage to give time to both work and family. But if one is ready to challenge the existing tradition that have long existing in the society, that the tool of education and technological advancement can add on as a boon to take the time management issues that are related to parenting and gender roles. The changing times has created a space for both men and women to tackle the issues which are not based on gender. Men are now participating in becoming homemakers, and women are making a mark in the professional world. This changing scenario has a lot to do with the impact of globalization, economical succession, the inclusion of human rights, and the role of media in broadening information around the globe. Kin relationships. According to anthropology, kinship or kin relationship is referred to as the web of social that constitutes to be a pivotal part of the lives of the human in a society. Broadly, kinship includes people that are there in your family, the important members, and even the relatives by marriage. Primary kinship includes people who constitute a part of the nuclear family, like for example, husband-wife relationship, father-son relationship, sister-brother relationship, and so on. Secondary kinship, on the other hand, includes people who exist outside the domain of a nuclear family, like the members of the extended family members, like aunts, cousins, and nephews. Interestingly, these people are formed by forming a primary kinship by marriage. Again, relationships are undefined and abstract in nature. They cannot go through a simple pattern of thoughts and action because it involves a lot of emotions, conflicts, ideologies, and other factors. Therefore, with the changing scenario, the relationships between siblings, husband-wife, is changing due to the available of a lot of options. Divorce can easily be filed if the relationship between two partners are not working. Sibling rivalry over properties has given a lot of pending cases to the courts simply because the present generation is losing out on patience and it is giving importance to materials than to values. Children are getting too obsessed with technologies and they want to spend less time with their relatives or visit a wedding and so on. Nuclear families have erased the idea of a child having to spend his time with his/her grandparents. Now, the care and nurture of a child is done under the employed maidservant who plays half the role of a mother in nurturing the childhood days of a baby. At times like this, one is left to ponder if the traditional approach of the family is better or not, because a child feels safe at home under the love and care of grandparents, a housewife mother, and an office-going father. Picture it. It all appears to be one lovely family, but a lot of compromise of dreams and ambitions are made to run a successful family. The influence of family on the industry. We have earlier discussed the influence of industry on family, and now we shall throw light upon the subject of what influence does family hold on the industry. We know that the existence of industry in a society is mainly for the economic reasons of producing goods and services and employing men to run it, but interestingly, it is necessary to question the action of such men. What drives the men to work? Why does the industry function? Well, men work to earn a livelihood in a society which is run by money. In order to satisfy the needs and wants of himself and the fellow members of his family, he works to offer services to the industry and get money and other benefits in return. His skills are tested and used to the maximum in the workplace. The industry functions to provide services of use to the society. Primary industry produces food and agriculture related products which people consume. It provides steel, leather, and other kinds of serious materials for the use of men. Therefore, families which constitute men in general gain the benefit of obtaining services as well as money from the industry. Both of them complement each other in a modern society, which is why this capitalist society has taken over countries. Type of work, family relation. They say true character of a man is reflected from the work he/she indulges in, and the work has also to do with the class and background of the person. The background relates to the family men who have long served the society with their skills in which they have excelled for years and maybe centuries. Like, for example, the musicians follow the tradition of gharanas, wherein the house has excelled in playing or gaining the knowledge of playing any instrument which their sons and children adopt when they are taught the music. This gharana system of music is a typical example of the work which is related to the family relation. India as a society has had caste and caste names which specialized in work. Like the Marwari were known to be good traders, Bengalis were known for excelling in the world of literature and art, and so on and so forth. Therefore, families which subscribe to a caste and religion may follow their traditional approach of working, but in modern times, due to globalization and increased education, have broken all the stereotypes attached to work and family relations. People are getting employed for their academic and professional qualifications in urban areas. Times they are truly changing. Married women at work. It is extremely well known that the changing socio-economic environment has made society more liberated to accept the changes. One such change is the increase in employment of women in all sectors of the economy. It is not new that women go to work, and it is the subject of the present. During the World War II, women had to work to earn a living for themselves and their family because the men were at war fighting with another country. In India, during the independence movement, women came out in large numbers to participate in the Satyagraha movement along with many other movements. Therefore, in today's time, the role of women outside the house is more visible because the times have changed due to many important social and economic changes. Mahatma Gandhi was far-sighted in his vision when he said that a society can only progress if the women are educated, and indeed, the increasing education among the women have given them equal opportunity to work in the corporate, teach, contest elections, and even reach the space. Women are now given work on their credibility and not on their gender. But this modernistic approach towards work and women has not narrowed down the conventional roles that women play in families and homes. Many women still believe in the concept of making a good housewife and looking after the children. Certain families have objections to women going out and working because of moral reasons, but the right to work and right to get an education is a basic right of any individual regardless of the gender, class, and race. Women should seek the right to get an education and work and not to depend on men for their livelihood. The freedom to do what one wants to do is truly vital in today's world where lot of gender issues is discussed in the open forum. In the urban middle class family, with the increasing expenses of goods and services, it has become quite difficult for both men and women to run a family. Therefore, a much rational approach to it is for them to work together for living in a better present and future. Both men and women can go out to work, leave the children for school, and then come back at the given time to spend time with their children. The art lies in managing time. If one can do wonders in it, then the role of women or men at any given place is not necessary as long as your loved ones are getting proper care and attention. Today's time call for independence between the sexes to do what they want because a lot of options are available and they have little time to invest themselves in petty issues that can ruin the peace of mind. Hence, proper communication between husband and wife is essential to lay down the rules of how they are going to distribute time to both work and family. If this is sorted out, then there would be less divorce rates in India. Dual family career, a rising problem. Before we discuss the key issues of the problems associated with the dual career lifestyle, we must define what a dual family career is all about. A dual family career is the one in which both the heads of the family pursue a career and maintain the family together. Such lifestyle brings about a high level of career opportunities, economic rewards, social prestige, and devotion to time and energy with family. It cannot be denied that married women can work hard to earn the bread of the family. So are the men. Therefore, a dual family lifestyle is a sign of how most of the families are going to live by. There are always many challenges and obstacles that both the heads of the households have to face in order to maintain a dual career lifestyle. The woman of a family has a tough time maintaining the both roles of a mother, housewife, and the earning member. Therefore, her two different characters of the mother conflicts with the role of the bread earner, who is required to be totally devoted to work, sincere, and work diligently, leaving all the worries behind. Certain amount of compromise has to be made to live with dual lifestyle. For most of the men too, they find it difficult to rear the child and nurture it like the way a woman does. Men find it too appalling to invest their energy in domestic duties of home and children. It is something that is not their cup of tea, but through proper practice and patience, men can also challenge the norm of the society and make a better housemaker. What required from their side are proper patience, perseverance, and just whole lot of love and understanding to create the oneness and make a good family. Dual career is not everyone's cup of tea. Couples should have a lot of understanding in between them to sign up for a dual career lifestyle, otherwise its impact could ruin the relationship of both couples and the child. Nuclear families with no grandparents to look after the child have a tougher time battling this life in today's time of the survival of the fittest. To conclude, in varied amounts of discussion, ranging from the concept of a family in both traditional and modern times to the rule of an industry that affects the life of an average family, is a subject of lot of debates and discussions. It is accepted to the fact that the notion of a family is entirely a personal one, and a country provides that space to choose whomsoever one might want to consider as a family, because the notion of it is extremely abstract in nature, since it involves emotions and love which cannot be simply defined. But the key factor that remains is a family is the most vital part of a child's forming age, because it is the first social environment that a child is exposed to. Talking about industry, then it is the center of economic services which helps in fulfilling the needs and wants of a man. We have further discussed the influence they have on each other, the role of husband and wife in the changing society, both traditional and modernistic approach to it, and how they should ideally maintain their relationship, the role of kinship in today's time, its advantages and disadvantages that vary according to the family one has. The topics have ranged from types of work that is related to the family tradition, the roles played by women in society, problems of having a dual career. All these topics are interlinked to each other because they comprise the indispensable part of both professional and personal lives. Questions about how life is to be lived in today's world, after having a careful study of the challenges that the existing norms are throwing at us. The simple solution of it is to know yourself and then think and decide what you want. Any individual can demand and choose to live in any way, but remember not to affect or harm the life of your loved ones, for which we are every time struggling in this jungle of life.